notice anything different today?
Yeah, I got a haircut. That's what. Yeah,
definitely.
No, it's nice.
Scooter, you're looking good yourself.
Scooters, but there's a closet behind you. Usually, is a different room. Looks like.
Yeah.
Oh wait, no, yeah. So that's nice. Tree, what's going on with you?
Not much, man. I mean, just dealing with the grind, just being busy.
Yeah.
I mean,
no, I hear you.
Yeah, it's
football season, man. It's just.
Oh yeah, baseball season too.
And had to get punished, and because of that, he had to dress up as Dr. Funke from Arrested Development and paint himself blue.
Oh my God!
I have a question. Did you get run over by Henry Winkler in the parking lot?
I was going to ask if he was feeling blue after the Giants game.
Listen, I just blew myself.
Ready for this? Okay.
This is the worst punishment I've ever experienced. This is awful.
He's Dr. Manhattan from Wish.com.
I was trying to think.
He's the Timu version of Dr. Manhattan. He's the guy that comes in to ship.
I have to tell you, when I put this on, about 5 minutes into it, it started to itch so bad. Like, I thought that I would not make it to the show. Like, I was like, I'm gonna have to shower during the show because this is bad.
Listen,
where did you get the paint from? Like, where did you?
You just go to Home Depot and buy regular paint.
I love how you saw this light streak.
I wasn't able to get the back. So
Yo, we gotta zoom in on this. Zoom in on that. Look at that. Oh,
so I wasn't able to do because like I was gonna ask one of my neighbors to come, but that would have been just weird. You know, to be like, hey, I need you to paint my back. But here's this, it's like regular Spirit body paint. You know, this is what I guess a Buffalo Bills fan or a really dedicated Giants fan would wear. But yeah, I started itching so bad before the show. But yeah, I thought I ordered 4 of these thinking that I would need a lot to do my body. I only need 1. So, all right, well, when you don't have Saquon, there's no defenses can just pin their ears back because they're sending Mike Fires, they're sending Ed Heat, they're sending everybody every time, and there's no one elusive like Saquon that's going to make a miss. Now, you could discount that and say, hey, in the Cowboys game, y'all had Saquon and you didn't score any points. So something is just fundamentally broken. You know, Nick Gates is gone. He was a big space eater in the middle. The Giants don't have really Glowinski's a turnstile. Evan Neal is developing like a Polaroid in the dark. Like, and Andrew Thomas isn't there. So they're completely discombobulated on the offensive line. If you need to go about your business as an NFL player, typically the smart thing to do is just put your head down, get better, improve, and let the haters and the people, like, you need to just concentrate on your job and not worry about what everybody's saying. But I get how Evan Neal's frustrated. I mean, he's looked like ass, and a lot of people are on him for, you know, being this huge, you know, first round, fifth overall pick.
Sure.
Big pick, you know, they and when there's other talent out there that, you know, I wouldn't say has developed to be better, but you know, remember Andrew Thomas started slow his first year. But
right now, very strong QB class coming out in this draft year. Do you pick up one of these quarterbacks in this draft and say, take your money and go Daniel Jones?
I mean, you're kind of stuck for at least one more year, right? Like you gave him all this money. A lot of it's guaranteed. You got to get through at least the guaranteed portion. You don't want to pay a guy to sit. You don't want a celebrity backup. Daniel Jones is, he's been bad, but he's not been the entire problem.
He's meh. That's really Daniel Jones. Like, if you want the definition of mid in a dictionary, a picture of Daniel Jones is right next to that definition as an example. It was everything. They had no game plan for CJ Stroud. The defense couldn't get pressure on an O-line that was down 4/5 of their starters and was starting Kendrick Green, who sucked for the Steelers. He's also out for the year, by the way. He got injured during the game. So they were down to a third-string left tackle, third-string left guard. You couldn't get pressure on him. CJ Stroud looks really good. I will say that.
He does. He looks really good.
He looks like he could be a gem. I'll give it a little time, but I think like he's really turned around their fortunes for the most part. But at the same time, you're giving up big gains on screens, tight end screens, Like, the defense looks out of sorts. The offense is puke. They're trying the same plays over and over again. They tried that deep ball they did in Oakland, but they realized, oh, wait, the Texans defense is not the Raiders, and they're not going to bite on it. So you fall into double coverage, get intercepted. They decide. Matt Canada came out and pretty much said this team's apparently not built for coming back, which destroys the whole point of being an offense.
Bro, we got our ass beat. Aaron Jones was back, but was not even really utilized. There was no run blocking. We have no run game. We have no run defense. Dave Montgomery scored 3 touchdowns. We had no offensive line. The whole left side of our O-line's hurt, but Elton Jenkins, thankfully, is back. But Dave Bakhtiari's likely out for the year, so that's not really great. But yeah, so we had no O-line. The Lions are a very good football team. Their pass rush is, like, scary good. On top of that, like, their offense, besides that first drive with Goff throwing interception, was really efficient. And yeah, I mean, like, people complain about Jahmyr Gibbs not getting involved more. Like, they didn't have to. Like, David Montgomery was just ripping off yards every single time. So the Packers have no run game right now. They have no run defense. Thankfully, it looks like everybody's going to be back, except for Bakhtiari, obviously. Everyone's going to be back for Monday night against the Raiders, which should be a good, like, get-right game. And then they have a bye week, which is desperately needed. So, yeah, it was just we got our ass kicked.
Is this the first time Devontae's played against his old team, his former team? Is this the homecoming game?
Yes.
All right.
Well, it's not a homecoming game because they're playing in Vegas, but yeah.
I think Devontae's upset about how he's being used. I think Jacobs is too. Peters apparently likes something on Instagram bashing the Raiders organization. Like, it's getting messy over there, which is predictable because it's Josh.
Yeah, you're not surprised.
Yeah, Brandon would be rubbing his nipples right now, be like, oh.
You know
That's
what
he'd
I
be
was surprised by, though? I was very surprised by the fact that the Broncos were able to come back. You know, let's talk about the Broncos-Bears game in honor of Brandon Perna getting their first win of the season. Did you guys see this game? Because I actually watched this game, and it was wild that the Bears were able to give up a 3-touchdown lead and let the Denver Broncos come back and get their first win of the game. Watching this game, what stood out to you guys?
Vance Joseph's defense is terrible. They made Justin Fields look like he was back at Ohio State. The Bears' defense might be even worse because they have poor schematics. Their front seven has not developed at all. They're dealing with injuries in the secondary. Matt Eberflus is an idiot.
Tonight, which is a winnable game, but, like, I think the Commanders are going to beat them.
Commanders are a good team. Like, they're actually pretty strong.
Yeah, I mean, their O-line is not good, but there's no pass rush that the Chicago
their D-line is, though, which I didn't even get to see because the Commanders and the Eagles went into overtime and they weren't showing the Cowboys game for some reason. But everything other than that first drive, the Cowboys defense shut down. 14 points again by the Cowboys defense. Our defense is scoring pretty much as our offense. And a lot of pundits nationally look at this as like, oh, this is a bad thing. Oh, Dak's not. We don't need Dak to score that many points. We need to keep doing what we've been doing. Lean on the defense. Don't put Dak in bad situations. That's all the Cowboys have to do to continue winning. And I'm very excited to see how we perform against this high-powered 49ers offense.
The Cowboys have played nothing but cupcakes in this first 4 games, so you guys should have some missing teeth right now. Like, look at the you're like sweating these teams. You played the Giants, who suck. You played the Jets, who are trash. You played the Cardinals, who beat you. They're trash. And then you beat up on a Patriots team that's not even good. Like,
okay,
so we're down their 2 best defenders now.
Let's dissect everything. Let's dissect everything you just said. First and foremost, the Jets are not a bad team. The Jets defense is amongst the best defense in the league. The Jets beat the Bills. Hold on.
But they also don't have a quarterback.
The Jets beat the Bills with no quarterback. And the Bills, people have the Bills ranked as one of the best teams in the league.
They are now.
Yes, we lost to the Cardinals. That was a trap game. The Patriots stymied the Eagles.
Just because it's a trap game, Scooter, doesn't mean it's okay. Like, you could argue that Week 1 Bills-Jets was a trap game.
Okay, maybe it was. So does that make the Bills fraudulent? That's all I'm saying.
They have
Look
redeemed
at who the
themselves.
49ers have played. Look at who the 49ers have played. And you're going to tell me the 49ers have played anyone? Look at who the Eagles have played. You're going to tell me the Eagles have played anyone? Look at who the Chiefs have played. They've lost as well. So what I'm saying is there's no team in the league right now that looks unbeatable, that looks far and away above every other team.
The Panthers, because they've invested heavily into that defense. Like, it is a young squad. Like, and again, like, I like their defense a lot. I think the play calling has been not good. There's no weapons for Bryce Young whatsoever. I mean, like, he's throwing at Adam Thielen. And, like, I like Jonathan Mingo, who came out of college, like, in the draft. I think that was a good pick for him. But, like, also, he has no time. Like, Sticky Icky, who we, like, all heralded, like, because he was great last season. He has looked terrible.
The whole line looks bad.
Like, the whole line is just not good. So I think it's like a mix of, you have a rookie QB who was already going to struggle, right? Because height and like brand new, all that great stuff. Then you put him behind a not great O-line. Then you basically have not too much of a run game and you have no receivers. Like, yeah, it's not going to go well. But like, you have to go get your franchise quarterback. But at the second half of last season, everybody swore that Justin Fields was their franchise quarterback. We're on week 5. And now it's like, well, we don't know now.
The problem is, like, Fields didn't prove himself as a passer. It was because of his feet. That's the reason
why. We were told, well, wait till we get him a wide receiver. Well, wait till we get him an offensive line. But it's more than just that. And, like, even when they brought Trubisky, this is why this is different. When they traded up for Trubisky, Bears fans were like, okay, all right. Like, okay, I don't really think we should have, but, like, okay. They got to the playoffs because Trubisky was mobile, and like when they actually
had a defense, they had a good defense.
They had a great defense. They had a great run game, and then they didn't do anything with it. But when they traded up for Fields, it was like the second coming. Legitimately, they were like, Justin Fields is the Messiah. He is going to save this franchise. He's going to do this, that, and the other thing. And then when last year started, they were like, oh no, maybe not. And then they started playing, like calling some more plays of like, oh, how about we actually utilize him as a runner? And he ran all over people. They beat the... Oh, I was doing donos, so I didn't have a chance. Hold on, here we go. Save the ears. How many points are Bears going to score? Maybe 4. Yep, that is pretty bad. The D-line. Chase Young, to keep people. Contest cut playing, he's probably going to put all over him. We did it. All right.
I'll start. I got 68-98.
Papa Smurf, well, how many you got?
I got 116-34.
131.05. Tom, lay it on us.
336-66.
Congratulations!
Your punishment is you have to watch the Bears game tonight.
I
know you scream it, but yeah, that's a punishment in on its own. Remember how bad last year was? That was a bad game.
Dude, I think every primetime game last year, and I gotta admit, these primetime games are not much better this year.
Dude, Al Michaels, what's the over-under on how many drinks Al Michaels is going to have tonight? It's just sitting there like, are you kidding me?
It's just, I don't want to.
I think Al Michaels will be live betting during the game. Like,
this has been something that has been suggested a million times now about buying like a Brian Branch jersey.
I think it's time. Brian Branch jersey. Lions Brian Branch jersey.
And then you have to wear it through the whole.
You know what? I'll buy a Brian Branch jersey and I'll switch jerseys that I wear during the North Saga.
Can we just get a close-up on 5 one more time before we end this?
Honestly,
ladies and gentlemen,
he looks like the Nightcrawler right now.
This has been Clickbait Sports. Same time
Where's your tail?
next Thursday.